So I talked about this in the community post and a few live streams too, and that's to do with bin companies. Now, two bin companies in the country have put cameras in the bin lorries to see are you recycling properly. I know it sounds a bit 1984, and you think they would have better things to do than you worry about what people are putting into the bins, etc., etc., and checking to see you're putting your food into the food bin, etc., etc. And a lot of people have lives and have jobs, and have work to do, have families. They haven't got time to frolic around and put it in the 700 bins. So now so pretty much what they're doing here, because they're saying, oh, they'll send emails and stuff to people saying, oh, you did this wrong and stuff like that. Like, people don't want to listen to that shit. They don't pay to be lectured. Like, you're literally paying to be lectured. So a company called Panda and another company too is at it. Thankfully, the other companies they probably will follow suit, because let's be fair, the government have pretty much said it too, that they want people to recycle and recycle and recycle. And it's good to recycle. Don't get me wrong, but literally going in to be like looking to see and then sending emails and stuff, because we all know what's all this about, because they're not doing it. There has to be some incentive for these companies to do this, because they're not doing it just to send out an email. They're doing that now, but in a few years' time, in about a year's time, 2 3 years' time, they'll be sending out fines. 500 euro fine if you don't properly sort out your waste, etc., etc. That's what they could do, because let's be fair, they didn't put them in for nothing. They're not putting them into the bins, into the bin lorries for nothing. They're not going to do that. Why would they do it unless there's some incentive? They're not going to just be going to sending emails to people, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. Um, Another company called Greyhound has followed suit. But the majority of the bin companies here are Wilton and Oxygen, particularly in Cavan, where I am. And I pay a good bit on the bin charges. I have 3 bins. I have a food bin, even though I don't put much, there's not much food waste, etc., etc. But I got a food bin, and I have a recycling bin. I have a general waste bin, and that's about, I'd say it's about 40 or something like that a month or something. It's about that. They come twice a month or so to collect it. So it's about 40 euro for the 3 bins and stuff altogether and stuff. So I don't know how much that works out a year. It's about probably 500, 600, maybe a bit more a year or something like that. But I don't pay for them to come and start ringing me or to email me, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you should have put this into that bin and that bin into the other bin. Um, like, I don't pay to do that. Like I paid our TDs and all out to come and lecture me. They hear them all the time lecturing me. So I don't fancy bin companies going lecturing me too. But they're just lecturing people, because let's be fair, um, as many people point out, everybody's pretty much suspicious of this, because let's be fair, why would you do it unless you were going to charge people? Because that's what they're going to do. Because let's be fair, the majority of people, if you send them an email and stuff like that, a message, they're going to just say fuck you, excuse. But that's what they're going to do, and rightly so, because it's busybody work. They're very little to be doing if this is what they're up to. If somebody recycles, they recycle, and if they don't, they don't. You shouldn't be. People have lives, they have jobs. That's why they should pay people the recycling centres and so in the bin companies to go and sort out the rubbish. To go into the bin lorries and sort them out. They could pay somebody to do it. They can do it. They're making enough money. They're making huge amount of money. The majority of other countries, the councils do it. Years ago, the councils used to do it here, and then it was privatised. It should probably go back to that. Nearly, the councils do it, but it would take a huge bomb to do it. I think it was talked about once it would take 10 billion or something like that to set it all up again, because I think it should have been kept, but I don't think it would work now, because they barely take on, and nowadays there's no councilman at all nearly in the local authorities. They don't want people to work for nothing. But then let me know what you think. Do you agree with that? Because I think they will. They're only doing this now, and then in a year or two they'll be saying, oh, we'll be sending out fines and stuff if you don't comply and stuff like that, because that's pretty much the way it's going. And the government pretty much said it themselves too, that they want people to use the bins and use this and use that. It's the same in public spaces now. You nearly have to have a food bin and stuff, food waste, etc. It's all gone mad, to be told, in a way too. But you're paying the price for it. But it's insane. But anyway, let me just think. Subscribe for more and bye.